Robert De Niro was once an incredible actor, an amazing actor, but the Trump derangement syndrome has eaten away at Robert De Niro's brain like we've never seen before. Maybe Rosie O'Donnell, right? There are a few folks, but Robert De Niro is really suffering from a severe case of TDS, and I don't think there's any coming back for him. He was on MSNBC a few days ago. He went on MSNBC, and he basically implied that Trump voters can't get the truth because they live in rural areas and they don't have good news sources out there. Let's take a look.
They're used to seeing Trump do his stuff, and they talk and they listen, and that's the truth to them because they don't listen to anything else. It's somewhere way out in the Midwest, somewhere out in the out west, in certain places, the rural places. That's the truth because he gets the airtime, and I think that we need more airtime, just more push against, and not. I wish that you can't do this in some ways, but that the news media could find ways to kind of ignore or tamp down nonsense from Trump. It's just total nonsense. But those people out there listen to it and assume if it can be on the air and it's out there, it's the truth.
This is another Hillary Clinton basket of deplorables type of comment. Okay, this is like when Joe Biden called half the country garbage. This is what the Democratic elites, especially the folks in Hollywood, think about a majority of the country. A majority of the country does not live in New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles. They do live in a lot of red areas. A majority of the country is rural. Okay, so to say that rural folks don't have access to the news or the internet or they can't get the truth, no, they're actually getting the truth. For you to sit on MSNBC, one of the most Democratic elite networks, and say that people can't get the truth, we need to get the truth to them. MSNBC has pushed every hoax and every lie and carried water for Joe Biden. Morning Joe. Okay, Morning Joe is probably one of the highest paid people on MSNBC. He went out there in 2024 and said Joe Biden was the quickest and sharpest he's ever been. He said he's the quickest and sharpest he's ever been. So you're sitting on MSNBC and saying that they're the ones giving the truth? MSNBC, all they do is lie. All they do is lie. They give Rachel Maddow, I think, $25-30 million a year to do one show a week and sit there and lie and gaslight the American people. All they do is platform Kamala Harris and Democrats. So no, to go out there and say Trump voters do not have access to the news because they live in rural areas. Robert De Niro, for someone who came from humble beginnings, I really think that's a disgusting, despicable comment.